Good afternoon, and welcome to today's episode of Start Being Visible with me, Mildred Talabi. Now, who is watching with me? I am really looking forward to today's session because we are going to talk about, we're going to talk, we're going to talk about something today. Today, we are going to talk about how to build a personal brand on LinkedIn. So, if you've ever wanted to know, if you're thinking, oh my God, okay, I know that I need to be building a personal brand on LinkedIn, but I just don't know how to go about it, this is the show for you. We're going to talk about how to build a personal brand on LinkedIn, but more importantly, how to build your personal brand on LinkedIn. So if you are watching, because we are streaming live on LinkedIn, on Facebook, and on YouTube, wherever you're watching from this afternoon, this morning, this evening, I don't know what time it is where you are in the world. I want you to say hello. I want you to drop a hello in the comments. Let me know who you are. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Let me know what time it is where you are, because I'd love your participation on this show. And if you are tuning in for the first time, hello and welcome. My name is Mildred Talabi, and this show is called Start Being Visible. Now, in this show, I talk about everything to do with visibility and specifically being visible on LinkedIn. I talk about how you can really start showing up on this platform in a way that allows you to build a brand, allows you to establish your authority, your credibility, attract your ideal clients, and really build something meaningful, by being visible. So my definition of visibility is to be seen, heard, and remembered for all the right reasons by all the right people. So that's what we're talking about. And that's what this show is dedicated to, is the practical how-tos of LinkedIn, but it's also that the mind stuff, it's also that inner stuff, which is much more important, because here's the truth. When you become the person, it's so much easier to have the thing and to do the thing, whatever the thing may be for you. The first process is become. So many times we do this from the outside in. We try to do the things and we try to have the things, but we haven't become the thing. And when there's this incongruence between who you are and what you're trying to achieve, it doesn't work. It doesn't happen. So the two, they have to match, who you are and what you want. Once those two things line up, life becomes easier. So the first stage is to become the person who is going to be able to do the things that you want to do and to have the things that you want to have. But that is a side note, because that is not what we're talking about in today's session. Today we are talking about how to build a personal brand on LinkedIn. So drop a hello in the comments and let me know where you're tuning in from. And if you want to build a personal brand on LinkedIn, I want you to say, yes, Mildred, this is the show for me. I am tuned in. I'm all ears. Even if you're having your lunch, I still want you to be all ears. Okay. So, but let's get into it. Let's get into it. And I got some good news. How can I forget to share the good news? Listen, before I even get into it, I got some good news. If you follow me on LinkedIn, I know Facebook as well. I'm not on Facebook as much as on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is my place, number one, and I also put it on YouTube. But really, if you follow me on LinkedIn, Facebook, you would have been living under a rock if you don't know that I just did a LinkedIn masterclass last week. I did a free LinkedIn masterclass called Visible and Profitable. We went for 4 hours. We shared all kinds of amazing, exciting stuff about how you can build a visible and profitable business on LinkedIn. And the feedback's been amazing. Thank you so much for all the ladies who attended. The feedback has been absolutely amazing. Go check out my recommendations on LinkedIn. But listen, there were so many people signed up and so many people who said they couldn't make it, that guess what? I have good news. I am running the session again. Yay! I am running the session again. So I am running this free masterclass again on Wednesday, the 1st of December. What day did I say? I said Wednesday, the 1st of December. It's a free, completely free LinkedIn masterclass on how you can build a visible and profitable business on LinkedIn. You're using the strategy of just visibility. No need for advertising, no need for spamming people in their inbox and, trying to reach people all the time and all that hustle, all of that. That's not my style. Really, by showing up and building a personal brand, like what we're going to talk about today, you can attract your ideal clients on LinkedIn. You can serve people at their highest level and your highest level on LinkedIn by being visible. You can build a profitable business. And that is what my masterclass is all about. It's going to teach you. It's 4 hours long. My God. 4 hours, those 4 hours went so quick. Ask anybody that went, it went so quick. So you are absolutely going to learn a lot. You're going to be transformed by this masterclass. So if you want in on it, go to startbeinvisible.com/masterclass and get your ticket absolutely free. So that's startbeinvisible.com/masterclass. Go there, register for your free ticket. Wednesday, the 1st of December. That's the new date. Wednesday, the 1st of December. If you want to start 2022 on a high, if you want to start 2022 with a strategy on what you're doing on LinkedIn, knowing what you're doing, not just trying to spray and pray, hit and miss. You want a proper strategy. You need to know what you're doing on LinkedIn. If you plan to use this platform to build your business, then this masterclass is absolutely going to help you. So don't even think, oh my God, I'm going to sign up tomorrow. Go now. It's free. Startbeinvisible.com/masterclass. That's where you need to go. But okay, let's talk about what we're talking about today. Personal branding. Let's talk about how to build a personal brand on LinkedIn. And I am saying hello to my friend from DC. It just tells me that you're a LinkedIn user. Hello, LinkedIn user. Please tell me your name, because sometimes the names don't show up. I don't know why, but hello from DC. Good to see you. Gabby's tuning in from Surrey in the UK. Woo, good to see you, Gabby. I'm not that far from you in Kent. Okay, it's kind of far. It's like an hour drive, but at least we're both in the UK, right? Okay, so we are talking about how to build a personal brand on LinkedIn today. And I guess the first question that we want to answer is, there's two questions. The first question we want to answer is, what is a personal brand? What is your personal brand? What in fact is that? Because that's probably something that you hear people say, and loads of people say it, but what do we actually mean when we talk about personal brand? And there's so many definitions of this. I used to do training sessions in universities and stuff and about personal branding for students, because it's so important at that stage and for everybody. And one of the definitions I used to give them in my training sessions, because I think it's the best definition, is your personal brand is what people say about you when you're not in the room. You know, it's what people say about you when you are not in the room. What do people say about you? What do they remember you for? What do they know you for? That right there is your personal brand. And guess what? Whether or not you know it or not, you have a personal brand. Everybody has a personal brand, but only some people are intentional about their personal brand. And I don't want you to be someone who has a personal brand by default. I want you to be intentional about building a personal brand that's based on your values, your ideals, your messaging, what you represent. That's the kind of personal brand that you want to build. And when you do that, I'm telling you, it is powerful. It is powerful. It can change your life. It can change your life. It will certainly change your business when you build a strong, powerful personal brand. Okay, Daniel. Hey, Daniel. Good to see you. And Nancy from Nigeria. We are international. Good to see you, Nancy. Listen, are you committed to building your personal brand? Let me know in the comments if that's something you've ever thought about. Have you ever thought about, are you intentional about building your personal brand? Because if you're not, I want you to start today to be intentional about it, because it matters. So your personal brand is what people say about you when you're not in the room. Now, when people think about personal brands, often, especially if you're in business, you know, one of the places that people go to is, oh yeah, it's my logo, my brands, what colors I use on my website. You know, no one cares. No one cares. Listen, okay, that stuff matters a little bit, but that is not where your personal brand starts. Your personal brand does not start with your logo. It does not start with your website font. It doesn't even start on your website. Your personal brand is about the message that you put out into the world that other people receive. You know, the message that you put out. Hi, Emily. Good to see you. Gabby says, thanks for the clarification what a personal brand is. Absolutely, Gabby, you know. So as I said, it's for you. A personal brand is what people say about you when you're not in the room. So you have to be intentional about that. How do you want to be remembered? What do you want people to say about you when you're not there? So the benefits of having a personal brand is, I always say this to my clients, you know, I say this to my clients, like, and when people say to me, oh, what about your competitors? Listen, I don't do competitors. I don't do competitors. I honestly do not do competitors. If you look on LinkedIn today and you look for LinkedIn trainer, LinkedIn coach, LinkedIn whatever you want to call it, there you will find thousands and thousands and thousands of results. Thousands. There's loads of people who do LinkedIn stuff. But guess what? There's only one person who does LinkedIn stuff the way Mildred Talavi does it. Yeah. And that person is me, and this is the thing. When you build a personal brand, when you build a strong personal brand, you eliminate competition. Especially if I am speaking to you now, if you are a coach or you have some kind of service-based business, which is based around you and you are the face of that business, it is so important that you build your personal brand. It really is, because people buy into you. They don't buy into your services, they don't buy into your products, because what you do, other people can do it. What you offer, there's other people. As I said, there are other people doing LinkedIn coaching stuff. But my clients come to me because they want to work with Mildred, not with just any LinkedIn coach. That's because my brand I've distinguished my brand from everyone else's simply by being me. And I'm going to share how in a minute, because I want you to understand how you can build your personal brand and build a strong personal brand. So the thing is, when you have a strong personal brand, you eliminate competition because nobody can do you. So having a strong personal brand is important. It gives you that unique selling USP, your unique selling point. That is your unique selling point, your personal brand. So, okay, somebody might say, okay, listen, so you might be thinking, okay, I have a company and really I want to put my company out there, and I have a company brand, but it doesn't have to be a personal brand. Can I hide behind my company? And I keep saying women because I work with women. I work with women to help them to stop hiding and start being visible. That's essentially what I do. Stop hiding, start being visible, start owning your space, start owning who you are, your expertise, and all of that, and use that to build your business, to build your influence, to build your credibility, and to really make a difference in the world. That's what happens when you start being visible. So I hear from women and they say things like, so like my company brand is this. My company is this. And that is a form of hiding. Let me tell you this, when you're hiding behind your company, when you're putting a company before you, especially, as I said, if you're a service-based business where you're either the sole founder, you're solopreneur, or you're the founder and you're the face of the business, but you're trying to hide behind the company, that is very damaging. There's a difference. You don't want to you want to have a brand as a company, but when you have a company where you are the face and you're a solopreneur, that company brand is so tied in with your personal brand. They're practically one and the same anyway. So it's important that people get to know the person behind the company. So please do not hide behind the company. Do not do that. Don't do it on LinkedIn. Don't set up a company page and start posting on your company page and think that that's okay, because nobody wants to engage with your company page, but they do want to engage with you, the person behind the company. So having a strong personal brand is going to serve you well in your business. All right. So I hope we're on the same team with this personal brand. I hope you understand why it's important to have a personal brand. I hope you're thinking, okay, great. I am on it and I want to build a personal brand. Eugenie, hello. Good to see you, Eugenie. Gabby, question. If you are a representative of a business, how do you build your personal brand from a company? That is an excellent question. I'm guessing, if I understand this correctly. So, for example, if you're an employee and you're representing your company, how do you build your personal brand outside? Well, let me tell you this. I side hustled, that just meant before I went full-time in my business as a LinkedIn visibility coach in early 2020, I had my career before then. It was in journalism and media, communications, PR. I had a job, I had a job for like 12 plus years, but I also built my personal brand on the side because I also had businesses I did on the side, various businesses, and wrote books, etc. And I used LinkedIn as a platform to build my brand. It's really important that even if you are an employee, that you separate your identity from your job. That doesn't mean to say that you can't talk about your job, but your job cannot be everything that you are about, especially on a platform like LinkedIn. So if you are a representative of a business, you build your personal brand, because the first place to start is really identifying what it is you want to be known for, and if it's in alignment, your job will have some part to play in that. So if you want to be if you're in the health sector and you're really passionate about people's health, for example, and you have a job that's in healthcare, that lines up nicely. Sometimes it doesn't line up nicely. Sometimes people are just working jobs to pay the bill, and there's a place for that, but ultimately we can rise above that in the long run. But really, if you are an employee and you're representing your business, it's absolutely possible to still build your personal brand on LinkedIn. And in fact, you absolutely must. So you have your profile and all of that, but your profile has to be shaped around what you're about, not just what you do in your work. Remember at the beginning, if you caught it from the beginning, I talked about your being coming before you're doing. So really get clear about what is it that I offer to the world? What is my message? What is my passion? What do I represent? And then within that, you can add your employment stuff within that. But don't make your identity all around your employment, because jobs can come and go, but your personal brand will stay with you for the rest of your life and evolve with you as you move from job to job and from job to business or to whatever else you do. So I hope that answers your question, Gabi. If not, please feel free to elaborate in the comments. But listen, okay, so and if you are just joining in and you missed my announcement before, I announced that I am doing a free LinkedIn masterclass. So I just had one last week, which is absolutely amazing. And so I'm doing another one on Wednesday, the 1st of December. This masterclass, I'm going to go deep on personal branding and everything else you need to know about how to build a visible and profitable business on LinkedIn. So if you want to attend, all you need to do is go to startbeinvisible.com/masterclass to register. It's absolutely free. There is an option to upgrade to VIP, which comes with bonuses like the Q&A and feedback from me and your LinkedIn profile, a signed copy of my book. Very exciting stuff. But if you just want to attend the general free session, you can do that. Go to startbeinvisible.com/masterclass and register for your free place, because that is happening on Wednesday, the 1st of December. So, okay, back to your personal brand. Let's go back to your personal brand. Okay, great. Thank you for the crowd. Good, Gabby. Good to hear that. Hey, Stella, good to see you. Stella says, talk about things that align with what you are passionate about. Absolutely. That is a good lead on into how exactly do you go on to build a personal brand on LinkedIn. So yes, Stella, you are on the money. You are on the money with that one. So how do you build a good personal brand on LinkedIn? Number one, I don't know if we're going to get through all of them. As always, I have a plan and I have like a list, but we rarely get through any of them. But it's okay. I'm here every Tuesday at 1 o'clock, every Tuesday at 1 o'clock GMT. So you can join me. And if we don't finish today, we'll finish next week. So don't worry. It's okay. I got you. I'll leave you hanging. Okay. So how do you build a personal brand on LinkedIn? Number one, the first place. I wouldn't necessarily put these in order actually, but number one, I'll share these with you. Number one, I would say the first place to start is to have an opinion. That's it. Have an opinion. I put this out in my newsletter on Monday. I have a weekly newsletter. It goes out every Monday and Thursday that I send to my wonderful community and just sharing things about LinkedIn visibility and all of that. You can find the link on my LinkedIn profile if you want to sign up to that. But listen, I put this in the newsletter. I said, listen, if you do not first of all, if you want to build a brand, you absolutely must have an opinion. And if you're going to take it a step further than that, you must share your opinion. Share your opinion. And I know this takes courage. I know, I get it. It takes courage to share your opinion, because when you do, there's all these thoughts about what will people think? Will they disagree with me? What if I get trolled? But it is absolutely vital that you get used to, one, having an opinion, and two, sharing your opinion if you want to build a personal brand. Now, why is this important? Because your opinion is what separates you from everybody else. Your opinion, your unique take on things in your industry and your field is what separates you from other people in your field. Remember, I said you have no competition. And part of the reason you have no competition is that your approach to things, no two people can ever have the same identical view on every single thing. So when you start sharing your opinion and you start speaking out about things in your field. I'm not saying that go share your opinions on politics and religion and whatever else on LinkedIn. We're not talking about that. You can if you want to. That one is up to you, right? But I'm talking about sharing your opinion about things in your industry. Sharing your unique take. What this doesn't look like, this is how not to do it. How not to do it is to just share articles, for example, that other people have written, and you're just sharing it on your post. That tells me nothing about you. That tells me absolutely nothing about you. That does not give me a flavor of who you are. The only way I get to start to find out about who you are, because remember, if you're doing social selling, and this is what the visibility method, that I go on about is all about. When you start being visible and you use this as a way to build your business, two foundational principles of this is personal branding and social selling. Now, social selling is built on the idea of where you develop relationships with your ideal clients and your customers through conversations and building relationships, not just just trying to sell them stuff all the time, selling, spamming people's inboxes. That is not the approach that I go for. It's not the approach. But social selling is built on this whole idea of your target audience getting to know you, like you, and trust you. Know me, like me, trust me. The sun is really trying to hit my face. I can't even see myself, but it's okay. I like the sun. But listen, they get to know you, like you, and trust you. And the way people get to know you, like you, and trust you is that they get to hear about what's going on in here. They hear your opinions. Now, if I was to ask you now, if you have a good friend, who has a good friend? If you have a good friend, or maybe several good friends, just drop it in the comments if you have good friends, and how did those relationships build with those people? Maybe you met them at school, maybe you met them at college, university, at work, wherever it is. But it was through, if I'm not mistaken, or even your partner, your husband or wife, your spouse, it was through a series of conversations. And what happens in conversations is that we get to hear what's going on in the mind of the person we're conversating with. So it's an exchange of opinions. Oh, so you feel this way about tea. Oh, you feel that way about coffee, whatever it is. And then what happens is, as that is disclosed and you start to get to know people through conversations, then you start making a decision whether you actually like them, whether you like them or trust them, so. And as that happens, that's how this whole relationship is being built. But if somebody never offers their opinion, if someone never says anything about what they like, you don't get to know them. The deeper you can go in relationship, you get to know people. You really get to know their likes, their don't likes, all of that. The same is true with building a business on LinkedIn. Business is really ultimately about building relationships. Really, some of the best businesses are built on relationships, building relationships with people. And part of building relationships with people is that you're getting to open up to them, and they get to know, like, and trust you. Of course, some people, when you share their opinion, will not know, like, and trust you. They will know, dislike, and distrust you. And that's okay, because you are never going to please everybody. Everybody is not going to like you, and that is absolutely fine. But your job is to share your opinions. So I want you to commit to that. If you've never shared your opinion about something, it doesn't, and I promise you don't have to be controversial, because sometimes people think that means I have to get really controversial and get into like the politics and all of that. No, 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 no. It could be something as simple as like even what I'm saying now, it could be divisive. Some people say, no, you don't need to share your opinion to build a personal brand. But it's my opinion that you do. Do you understand? There's lots of take I have about LinkedIn and how to use LinkedIn. For example, should you like your own posts? I'm of the firm opinion that no, you should not. That no, you should not like your own post. Even if no one else has liked it, don't be going to like your own post. But there are other LinkedIn people, LinkedIn trainers, LinkedIn gurus, whatever you want to call them, that say it's absolutely fine to like your own post. And in fact, you should like your own post to help with visibility. That's their opinion. This is my opinion. So just get used and get comfortable with sharing opinions about things in your field. That is a really great way to start building your personal brand on LinkedIn. And I promise you, that it might feel scary the first 2, 3, 4 times that you do it, but after a while, when you get used to it, it'll be like, this is me. And last thing on this, maybe not the last thing on this, but if you lose the fear of people, lose the fear of what will people think about me. Oh my God, the fear of man is a snare. That's a scripture in the Bible, right? It traps you. But when you lose the fear of what people think about you, it liberates you so much. And I think we're gonna have to talk about this stuff in part two, because this is now part one is done. And I only covered one point, but we'll talk about this in part two. I will continue this next Tuesday. But I just it's so important that this thing is so important. So share your opinion. And yes, there will be, I'm not even saying to you that there might be people who don't agree with you or disagree with you. I'm telling you that there will be. It is an absolute guarantee that there will be. Whether or not they're brave enough to comment about it is something else, but there will be people who will disagree with you. There will be people who will not like you for your opinion. But guess what? You will still wake up and breathe the next day. So it's okay. The world is not over. Life will not end if somebody disagrees with you. So that's your task for this week. I want you this week to share your opinion. And by the way, you can do this on your own posts, and you can also do this in comments on other people's posts, because comments are a good way as well to share your opinion. Comment on things that interest you in your feed. But don't do these vanilla comments where you're playing it safe, where it's just like, oh, just a nice, great post, or just lukewarm. Don't be lukewarm. Either be hot or cold. Don't be lukewarm. Lukewarm, you'll be spit out. Again, that's in the Bible, but do not be lukewarm. Be hot or cold. So this week, your task this week, until we meet again next Tuesday, because we are going to have to continue this next Tuesday. Your task is, I want you to share your opinion about something. Whatever it is you pick, you can either do it on your own post or you do it on a comment on somebody else's post. Just be very frank, be very honest, and share your honest opinion. So if you're going to do that, if you're going to take on that challenge, I want you to say yes in the comments. Say, yes, I'm up for the challenge. Let me know in the comments if you're going to do that. And when you do it, tag me, because I want to celebrate you for sharing your opinion, because when that happens, that is the beginning of building a really strong personal brand on LinkedIn. And that's what we want to do here. So yes, Julie, no sitting on the fence. Absolutely. We don't want to sit on the fence. Push right over that fence, And yes, April, good to see you, April. Stop looking for people to validate you. You learned how to stop doing that a long time ago. Absolutely. That is so liberating when you stop looking for people to validate you and just go on ahead and be yourself. But we will talk about that some more next week, because I want you to join me back here next Tuesday. And then also, I want you to join me at my free LinkedIn Masterclass, Visible and Profitable, which is happening on Wednesday, the 1st of December, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. GMT. It's absolutely free. There is a VIP upgrade if you want to do VIP, but go to startbeinvisible.com/masterclass and register for your free place today, because we are really going to go in on LinkedIn visibility, personal branding, and a whole lot more of that good stuff at the masterclass. It is unmissable, if I may say so myself. It is absolutely unmissable. So yes, Gabby is up for the challenge. That is awesome. Yes, Gabby, yes. Remember, tag me when you do it. Tag me when you either share your comment on a post, or you're sharing it on somebody else's comment on someone else's post, but you're sharing your opinion. Go and do it. Go forth, share your opinion, be liberated. And I will see you. When will I see you? I will see you back here next Tuesday, because I am live here every Tuesday at 1:00. It's not BST anymore. We are not in BST, so ignore that. We are in, I should change that right now so you don't get confused. We have now gone an hour backwards. So we're not in British summertime. We're in Greenwich Mean Time. So 1:00 GMT every Tuesday. So next Tuesday, we're going to keep on talking about the subject of how to build a personal brand on LinkedIn. So I will see you next week. Until then, take care, and remember, go forth, share your opinion on LinkedIn and beyond. All right, take care.